Hi everybody! Welcome to my backyard. My name is Cindy, and since it's so beautiful outside today, I thought that I would grill up some corn to go into our wonderful corn pudding to accompany our tacos tonight. Corn puddings are a really great side dish to accompany Mexican dishes like fajitas, tacos. So let me get this corn off the grill and I'll meet you inside. Next, for our corn pudding, I'm going to add a tablespoon of olive oil and 2 tablespoons of butter to a hot skillet. I'm going to add in half a small onion that I've finely chopped. We're going to let that sweat out a few minutes. And to our onion, I'd like to add half a green pepper, and half of a red pepper. These are chopped fairly small as well. We'll get those all coated in that nice olive oil and butter. And we'll let those cook down for a few minutes. Mexican night is very popular in our house. We really enjoy tacos, enchiladas, especially cheese enchiladas. So I've always been looking for different side dishes to go with our Mexican meals, and corn pudding is perfect because it's hearty enough to fill you up, but light enough not to feel too heavy. So our onions and peppers are getting nice and soft. Now I'd just like to season them with a nice pinch of coarse sea salt, a few cracks of fresh ground pepper, and just to make our corn pudding have a bit more yummy flavor, half a teaspoon of Cajun seasoning. Smells good. So now I'd like to add half a cup of flour, and we're just basically making a roux with our vegetables. Just coat all our vegetables in there with the flour and let that cook out for a few minutes. There's nothing worse than the raw flour taste in your cream sauce. So we let our flour cook out a little bit, and now we're going to add 1 cup of milk. I just want to add it a little bit at a time because I don't want any big lumps in here. And this is going to form a very, very thick like sauce. That's just going to flavor the wonderful eggs to make our yummy corn pudding. Let me switch to a whisk here. Just make sure everything is thoroughly combined and there's no big lumps of our roux left in the sauce. So now it's time to take this wonderful creamed corn off the cob. What I have in my large bowl is just another smaller bowl, and I just put that in the bottom, upside down, so it has a nice flat bottom, or sorry, flat top, and then I put my corn on the smaller bowl and just run my knife right along that cob, getting all those kernels off. And this is also where the star of the show, Philadelphia cream cheese, is coming into play. I'm using light Philadelphia cream cheese today, just because I want this a bit lighter, a bit more figure friendly. And The wonderful Philadelphia cream cheese is just going to add a wonderful, wonderful creaminess to our wonderful and sweet corn pudding. So I have half a brick of Philadelphia cream cheese that I've softened in the microwave. To that I want to add our wonderful grilled corn that we took off the cob. And the yummy thick mixture we made on the stove with the butter, olive oil, flour, onion, red pepper, green pepper, and Cajun seasoning. So we're going to mix that all up till it's very well combined. So next what I'd like to do is we're going to separate 3 eggs. Now we're going to put the yolks into our corn mixture. We'll put the whites in a separate bowl and I'll whisk those up to stiff peaks. So I just finished whisking our egg whites to stiff peaks. Look how wonderful and airy these are. It's so hard to believe that this is just 3 egg whites in here. This is just going to make our corn pudding so nice and airy. So in our corn mixture, I'm going to mix in the egg yolks. Just get that combined very well. And I have my oven preheating to 375 degrees, and I'll be popping the pudding in for about 30 to 40 minutes, just until it's nice and set. So now all I'd like to do is to fold in this wonderful fluffy, airy egg whites. Now be super gentle. We don't want to lose too much of the airiness. So just fold them over. So now I'm going to pour our corn pudding into a well-oiled casserole dish. It's a 2-quart casserole dish, and I've generously sprayed it with some butter-flavored cooking spray. So now what I'd like to do is to cook this, I'm going to be using a hot water bath method. I'm going to have a bigger dish, put my casserole dish in, fill it up, fill the bigger dish with hot water to about, I'd say, 1 inch up on the casserole dish, and then we'll bake it. And this will just keep the casserole, the corn pudding, nice and moist while it cooks. So that'll be in the oven for about 30 to 40 minutes, and then I'll show you what it looks like when it comes out. There's about 10 minutes of cook time left, and all I want to do is add half a cup of shredded old cheddar cheese to the top of our corn pudding. So our corn pudding came out of the oven about 10 minutes ago. I let it rest for about 10 minutes just so it could set up a little better. And now let's plate some of this up so you can see the wonderful colors on the inside. You have those wonderful bits of yellow corn, red pepper, green pepper, and that wonderful corn on top. Now I'm going to take a taste. This is so good. It's light, it's really creamy because of the Philadelphia cream cheese. And those flavors just combine so well. This will go perfectly with our taco dinner tonight. Thank you so much for joining me today in my kitchen, and I hope to see you again soon.